So I have a problem with my change map function. I'm passing a new ID, and then it checks to see if you have at least one map already imported, and then it checks to see if that map's ID matches the current name ID, and then it resizes all the maps, passing the map width and height, and then it does a nested for loop, iterating from width to height. In each iteration, it calls setBank, passing the member pointer to bank 1, passing the same ID to the map array of objects, and indexing its width, and then it's doing the same for the height. And then it calls a different array, 2D array tile layer, and it's also passing the AX.
Wait,
the inches,
wait.
The inches looping.
Wait, no. I don't need you to repeat that.
So we're discussing the new treasure layer right now. Here's Falcon.
Okay, these right here are basic objects.
Like Pokeballs?
No, they're actually chests, you douchebag. And here is a grid, like they're on a level. Okay. I don't need your commentary, smartass.
He took my joke, by the way. I was the one that said that first.
Oh my god. Alright, so you can lay objects in grids. This is actually a bookcase. I'm sure you all knew that. And objects have the attributes like examinable. That's one of them, right, Marcel?
Yep.
Examinable, obtainable.
I actually don't know that's one of them.
Openable. Shut up. What's the other one?
There's like 20. You can't pick them.
I thought of these. There's 3 and then there's combinations.
Oh yeah.
Oh, trigger.
Openable, triggerable, and then there's combinations.
Okay, so we're working on treasures. And we decided we could have associate a treasure with every object, like this a chest. But that'd be a pain in the ass, and how would you do secret treasures? So we're doing an entire... Exactly, we're doing an entire extra layer, for treasures. So like, let's say here's going to be a mushroom. I can't draw. There's a mushroom. So you lay it on top of that layer. And so now if you examine this, and the object type is examinable, it checks the layer above it, which is the treasure layer, and gives you the mushroom. The plus side...
Not examinable. It's examinable.
Damn it, yeah, openable. Shut up, douchebag. It's a good thing you're here. Alright, the upside of that is that... Are you paying attention, Brandi?
What?
Okay, good. The upside of that is that you can have...
But what the fuck is that?
It's a mushroom.
Oh.
I wasn't paying attention.
Oh my god. You can have hidden objects. Like, for example, if you examine this space where there's nothing... What?
How was that a mushroom?
Just, oh my god. Let's say I have a Pokeball treasure here. And I examine here, you have a fake object that's completely transparent, that's openable. And then you examine here, you can get a secret item, which is the Pokeball. What do you think? It's good.
It sounds great.
Okay, good. As long as she approves.
Turn that off.
Hey, this is Arsh, the guy making level editor. Here's a level you saw us hypercamming a second ago. I'm going to explain a bit about how the project is set up, the different layers. Right now there are, let's see, 5, arguably 6 layers. Here. My level editor displays them like so. The tiles right here have the following attributes. I'm not going to go into detail. If you want to pause at any time, go ahead. We're trying to keep this short. Tiles, as you know, have just solid or not, and then all the other stuff. If you look at the map, here are the tiles. Their solid layer off, their tile layer off. These are not showing any tiles. These are now only showing tiles. See? Alright. Objects, on the other hand, would be shown right here. These things, as you know, have transparencies and have better collision, 16 by 16 rather than 32 by 32. They've got special attributes, trigger Lua files, you know, have text, whatever. Those little slimes you saw us talking to in earlier videos, those are also over here, like the, I don't know, the fencing that you just saw. Also, we have the Falco's phone. We have the items. These things are not laid on a 32 by 32 grid like tiles and objects are. If you look, they can be like actually, here, let me pull it up, a tile. They can actually be half on, half off a tile. You know, they're laid on 16 by 16. Falco's request. And these, you know, these things are much different than all the rest. Check out this huge dialogue just for them. Actually, I didn't finish this dialogue window, but Peter's Perl script works perfectly fine for editing these, so it's all good. You lay these here, and then finally the last layer that my editor currently supports. What is this? Somebody says hi. I'm on Falco's computer. Alright. Now we have the warp layer. These are what you see right here, the ugly little green things. Again, I'm going to try to make this quick, so if you want to pause and, actually look through some of this crap, go for it. And then this is how we move from map to map. You set camera coordinates, like, see, it's this big, huge green, it's this big box that you lay around the level. Let's see how you. Alright, or you can, like, do individual points. See, one here, yeah. Alright. And that is the project setup in a nutshell, minus the treasure layer, which hopefully Falco will get to later. When you save out a level, it looks like such. Levels. This is the project when you compile it for the Dreamcast. This is where everything would be sorted. And here's our little project tree. Here's the map that you just saw 2 seconds ago. And there we go. Peace out.
So what are you doing tonight?
I'm playing Katamari.
Oh wow, productive. Look at that. Anything special you want to mention about this?
I rolled up a dandelion.
There you go. I don't know, 30 meters is pretty inadequate.
Access denied.
I'll show you.
Brandi, what are you doing?
I'm sitting here.
Oh really?
They load 512 by 512 sheets. The 512 by 512 sheets don't split evenly on the side, so he's got to go do it manually unless I make a window that has the full sheet, or I add an extra scroll bar horizontally, which I don't.
What is he talking about?
Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Something I slow Jay, you stupid, arrogant fuck. How about you bury your two nuts between these two faces?
Oh my god! You had two faces!
What the fuck?
God damn it, it's fucking hard. Shut the fuck up. Let me see that, Peter.